Hello, everyone.
Hello again, friends.
Slide that way. There we go. How's everyone doing? Happy Tuesday night. This is the last night that Ryan and I are together.
I leave in less than 12 hours.
I know. So weird. Hi, Amir. Alex told us you were in chat. We miss you.
People are like, oh, Ryan's still there. I am. I've been here a week. I got here a week
Almost,
ago.
yeah. She got in. Oh, yeah, you got in Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally almost 7 days ago.
Yeah. If we sound tired and sad, it's because we are.
And sick. The household has been sick pretty much since I got here. So
yeah,
we're working through it, you know?
Yeah. The chat is saying that they can hear feedback.
Oh boy. Producer Alex. Anybody else hear feedback? Testing 1, 2, 3. All right.
Cool.
Thanks, friends.
Thanks, Amir, for liking our background. For anyone who's seen some of our past couple of live streams, we whipped this thing together like an hour before the album came out on Thursday night, and we've only had to retape it a couple of times. It's held up pretty well.
It's the background that just will not quit. But it will be dismantled tonight, unfortunately, unless they decide to keep it up as a permanent fixture.
Oh, I wasn't gonna make you break it down. It's fine.
Oh, I didn't literally mean.
Okay.
I'm not literally. I just mean like, this is the last that y'all will probably see of it, unless they stuff it into a closet somewhere. But.
It's been in the background of a lot of our social content too. If you guys have seen any of the funny dances that we've been doing,
and the uplighting, it was a vibe. It was a vibe.
Yeah. So let's see. This last week we had a live stream Wednesday night, Friday night, Saturday night. So it's been a couple of days. We're going to treat this as a bit of a live podcast episode, as we've done before. Yeah. So we have some topics that we want to get through to cover everything that's happened this weekend, but we'll also interact with chat along the way. Again, thanks to everyone for joining us on this Tuesday night. I hope everyone else has been able to get some rest, because we can barely stop listening to the album and dancing enough to sleep. So
yeah. So you want to hit him with the intro?
Yeah, we're gonna hit him with the intro. All right.
Should we tell him?
No, we should just hit him with it.
All right.
Just hit him with it.
All right.
All right. Welcome to Hits Different.
He. We're working it out. Alex Treepain is gonna throw up a poll to see if y'all know the OG intro where we obnoxiously use the lee he to me. I figured, maybe it needed a little bit of a facelift, a little bit of fatophilia. That was our first time.
Opalite.
Oh, I'm sorry. It all blends together. Yes, Opalite. My bad. It was my idea, and I don't even know what song it's from. So, let us know which one you like better, or if there's another way to play off the LY that we haven't thought about that's in the Showgirl era. We're open for suggestions, If you know, you know.
I was waiting for you to say, I'm Ryan, that's
Molly. My bad. Well, we had a very long pause as I projected heavily about that intro. Okay, anyway, I'm Ryan. And that's
I feel
Molly.
like we should do it one more time for a clean audio in,
All right. All right.
All right.
Yep. All right.
Welcome to It's Different.
He. I feel like it's still giving the me, the pitchiness of the me.
Kind of.
But I'm Ryan, and that's Molly.
And Taylor Swift's brand new album, The Life of a Showgirl, came out on Friday, October 3rd, and our lives are forever changed. That's the best way to say it. In this episode, we're going to talk about the chaos that has been Showgirl release week, how we're feeling about the music a couple of days after the album came out, our biggest takeaways from Taylor's interviews, the release party, the music video, some of the criticism about the album, And of course, we always have to talk a little bit about Easter eggs. So don't worry. If you saw our live streams about the Karma Door the weekend, we're going to get to that at some point too. And also, we want to tell you guys our plans for how we're going to cover the album in the weeks to come because there's so much to talk about. If you have not seen our full album reaction yet, it's available on Patreon. The parts of us reacting to these songs after like the song played is available on YouTube and on podcast platforms like Spotify or Apple Podcasts. We were not able to post the full music part of it to YouTube. So if you want to see our reactions like in the moment as the songs are playing, you know, for songs like, I don't know, Would. Just to put that one out there. It's a pretty good reaction.
Wish list.
You can go check that out on our Patreon, and the link to that will be in the description of this episode. We did make that available to the $1 level. We tried to make it as easy as possible since we couldn't put that on YouTube. So thank you to everyone who's joined our Patreon to come watch that. We have a chat going over there too. That's been really fun. And all of our fun content that we've been making, like the Fate of Ophelia dance and things like that. You can catch that on YouTube Shorts or on Instagram or TikTok at It Hit Stiff Pod. Ryan has been directing and, spearheading all the choreography that we've learned.
We have a fun new one that I will be posting after this live stream. I posted it on our TikTok already, but I still have to post it on our Instagram. So definitely go check all of that out on our socials. It Hit Stiff Pod. It Hit Stiff Pod.
Yeah, we posted the Fate of Ophelia dance that everyone's been doing. We posted that a day or two ago. Then we added some transitions to it. And the one that's coming tonight is the chair part.
Of Fate of Ophelia, yeah.
And we did it in a one-shot take with Alex being the little cameraman. We were trying to reenact the music video as best as we could, as we like to do.
Yeah, we pulled a Taylor, did it in one take, and pretty proud of it. It's pretty fun.
And for those of you who have commented, how are you learning the dances so fast? It takes actually a while.
Yeah. We are debating potentially like eventually cutting like a little BTS, aka one of the many takes that we did for these videos where we're also perfectionists, so that doesn't help. We do the most for no reason.
If you saw the movie and you saw Taylor directing the behind the scenes of the Fate of Ophelia music video, and we've seen her do this in a lot of the behind the scenes content that we've gotten from other creative projects that she's done, mostly music videos. She's always like, that was really good, but let's maybe just do one more.
Or let me fix my face. And I'm like, I get it.
That'll happen for us for like an hour or two until we get the right take. So that's a little peek behind the curtain for you.
Yeah, we've been up till like almost 5 a.m. like every single night, and half of that's because of the content. So
we have a lot banked to share with you guys because Ryan leaves tomorrow morning. Yeah. So our Showgirl era together is ending for the time being. Yeah. We'll go and be independent Showgirls.
Yeah.
But we wanted to record as much as we could together. So, all right. The album. Again, if you didn't see our full album reaction, then maybe you don't know that we love the album.
Spoiler.
We love it a lot. Mm-hmm. What is your favorite song right now?
Well, it changes like every day, but as of yesterday and probably still today, I had switched it to probably Opalite. It's like Taylor said, it's an infectious beat. And, it gets you going. I mean, the whole album, like Travis said, just you're going to want to dance. And that stays to be true as well. But Opalite's just, I don't know. Start to finish, no notes.
So good. I really hope that it's the next single.
Yeah.
Opalite was probably my favorite after the first listen. And it stays my favorite now. But everything is really closely tied in my brain right now. There's something great and infectious about every single song on the album. And it's all it's like Taylor advertised it as when she talked about it on New Heights when she was first telling us about the album. Every single song is on there for a reason. It was picked meticulously. They all fit together, these little pieces of a puzzle of what was going on in her life, behind the scenes of the Eras tour, stuff that she wrote a year ago about those experiences. And I love hearing the happy side of what was going on for her behind the scenes. And then also, there's always a little bit of other things going on too. That those songs, Father Figure, Canceled, they get you going too.
I know. We've got a little bit of rep on this album. Canceled was my number one for the first few days. And I mean, maybe it's because we outplayed it when we were working on content that, got my fill. But that was my initial favorite. And now I've switched over to Opalite. But I also noticed that this is probably one of the first albums, at least in a minute, where I'm not skipping. I tend to skip around on most of her albums. And so I do skip Eldest Daughter and Ruin the Friendship because I just am trying to keep the vibes up. So I skip over those two religiously and then I keep going. But it's just like a dance party and just vibes from the start to the finish. And that's really fun. And I do kind of like that it's only 40 something minutes long because it is just the right amount where you don't feel like you're sitting in any of it too long. And then I love how it ends. Honey is also one of my top songs. And I love that that's towards the end. And the trifecta of Wishlist to Canceled to Honey, I feel like it's
so good.
It's those three and then the three off the top that are my favorite, which is over half the album.
Yeah.
Well, that is half the album, but those are my favorite pair or triple songs, mashups.
We're going to do an album ranking next week once we've had a little bit more time to sit with it, but it's going to be so hard. I feel like there are tiers in my brain of top ones and then everything else is tied. So having to actually put them in an order from 1 to 12 is going to be difficult. I feel like everyone in the chat right now is listing different songs as their favorites. And I feel like that shows how good the album is. You know what I mean? Everyone is getting a different song stuck in their head. I saw someone post, how is it possible to have every single song from Showgirl stuck in my head at the same time? And it's that's how it feels. But I think that just shows not only how catchy it is and infectious, but how there are so many different songs that people can relate to in their own different ways that is driving all of these different answers in our chat right now.
Right. I know some people can handle the sad songs. I mean, even though, as Molly constantly reminds me, Eldest Daughter is technically not a sad song.
Yes.
Has a very happy ending. It just has a sad melody and inflection.
It starts out sad.
Her tone is it's just very raw, if anything. Not necessarily sad, but it's just very raw and vulnerable. And so I think I've just been avoiding that. I'm just living in the high.
Yeah, you don't want to be in your feels.
I'm in my feels too much all the time, especially with coming up Tortured Poets. I'm just taking a break. But I mean, the song is still really good, as is Ruin the Friendship. I'm just, being avoidant. But I've heard some people be like, oh, Eldest Daughter is my favorite song. I'm also not an eldest daughter. So there's that too. I'm the youngest of six. So
I am an eldest daughter.
I'm I also can't relate.
We were talking about this earlier today about where Eldest Daughter ranks amongst track fives. That's a really hard conversation too. I literally still can't even listen to it without crying. So, but again, crying little tears of happiness. And I'm not really a crier. I feel like I've talked about that on the podcast before. I never used to be someone who cried happy tears. But this album is bringing it out in me. And there's just something about the way that Taylor describes trying to seem cool and trying to fit in and whatever, and then flipping it to, but I'm not actually like that. There's this real other side to me, and I never thought that I would find someone that I could be that person with, and now I have. And I'm gonna cry just talking about it. It makes me so happy for her, but that's how I feel in my relationship. So it's I have to skip the song because it makes me want to cry, but it doesn't mean it's not a good song.
Yeah.
And it might be my top track 5 now but it's really hard for me to replace My Tears Ricochet, which was my top track 5 before Showgirl, because that song's also just so good.
It doesn't come from my top track 5. Because again, I like the sad stuff. So I like the in your feels track 5. So my top is still and will probably always be Tolerate It. What did we say? Tolerate It. Something, and then My Tears Ricochet.
You were saying
three.
So Long London.
There you go. Yeah. Tolerate It, So Long London, My Tears Ricochet are probably my top 3. So Long London is just so so well
it's
done.
So hard to pick between any of the track 5s. They're all so good.
Yeah, I just love the sad stuff, which is again funny because Eldest Daughter is not sad, but it is, but it's not. And I'm taking a break. I had enough with Tortured Poets. I'm like, we're on the Showgirl up vibes right now.
Christopher in the chat said, isn't it nice to see her authentic self, totally comfortable in her own skin, knowing she's fully embraced and accepted just as she is without any hesitation or reservation? Retweet 100%. Yeah, that's how it feels seeing Taylor in these interviews. That's how it feels hearing her happiness on the album.
Yeah, it definitely feels like this is the most authentic version we've ever gotten, even though, I mean, none of us know her, but it's still, like, at least to the public presenting, it feels like her most genuine self. And it just seems like she's obviously dating someone who just really hypes her up, and it shows. Her confidence level is through the roof, and it's really come out in this album. And it's just really fun to see because, like, we all hype her up as her fans, but, like, has she had a partner who's hyping her up? So
right,
somewhat.
She talked in one of the interviews. We'll kind of jump around between album and interviews to start because they all tie together. But in some of the interviews that Taylor did on radio over the last couple of days, she was asked if this would be her last album because she might get married and be just, like, in a different place and not want to write music anymore. And she said, getting married does not mean that I'm going to stop doing my job. And she actually found the question kind of offensive, which I think was a good thing to have documented out in the universe, how she feels about being asked that. But the important part is that she said that Travis totally supports her and her career and understands that this will always be a part of her and would never, ever want her to stop making music. And so it just ties into what you were saying, that, like, he's very supportive of all of it. The dude went to go see the movie with his mom when he was on the road for a football game on his birthday. He made the time to go see the release party in theaters on the last day that it was in theaters, and he brought his little orange hat with him.
I know. He's just the best. It makes me think about also, like, in Eldest Daughter, how she talks about, like, the last time she's laughed that hard was when she was, like, what, 8 or 9? And, like, that just wrecks me because I'm like, that was so long ago, and obviously, like, I don't know. And so it is just the rawness of, like, where she used to be to where she is now is the best switch up I think we've ever gotten of hers. It's, like, so stoked for her. And yeah, hearing her talk about this album, we're getting a lot of that. And it's diabolical for someone to be like, is this your last album? Is this it? You're talking about wanting, a driveway with a basketball hoop, and, like, so you're calling it? It's like, no. Music is my life. I love this. Also, so yeah, there's been a lot of interviews. We've been, like, dissecting all the pieces. A big thing that people are talking about is the criticism of the album, because it wouldn't be Taylor Swift if there weren't some haters. I think one of my favorite tweets was, what was it? Like, if you're critical, or if you don't like this album, like, go back to, what was the lyric from Shake It Off?
Oh, it was like, for anyone who says that they don't like Showgirl, all I have to say is, while you've been getting down and out about the liars and the dirty, dirty cheats of the world, you could have been getting down to this sick beat.
Period. I mean, I was like, literally. I mean, yeah, it wouldn't be Taylor Swift if there weren't haters. And you have, per usual, like, different spectrums. You have people complaining that she's airing too many grievances. You have people complaining she's too happy. You have people complaining that I don't know. That was like those are the two polar opposites.
The lyricism,
Oh,
there
it's
was
too
a lot of
simple.
a lot of criticism that is this the same Taylor who wrote
Or
Tolerated?
folklore. Yeah,
Yeah.
folklore, tortured poets.
And it's
Yeah.
just so funny because a lot of people, when Folklore, Evermore, Tortured Poets came out, thought that, like, oh, this isn't fun enough or upbeat enough. I miss Pop Taylor. So the takeaway at the end of the day is that she's gonna write whatever she wants. You know, maybe that's something that she's feeling. Maybe it's stories that she's writing. But it's up to her whatever music she wants to put out. And I thought that it was really interesting in the interview she did yesterday and today, once the album had been out for a little bit, and so maybe she'd seen some of that feedback, that she said artists and music are mirrors to people. And so if you are someone who like when you're listening to something, you might not be in a place to um be able to relate to it or enjoy it, and that art is subjective. She's like, I'm not the art police. You know, like,
Yeah.
you don't have to like my art. You can have your own opinions, but I think that one of the best parts of being a Taylor Swift fan is that there are albums for all types of feelings or things you might be going through in life, so that when you need to be mirrored with some dark poetic lyrics, you can go to Tortured Poets, and when you
Right.
want to vibe, you can put on Showgirl.
Right. When you don't want to be in your feelings, go to Showgirl. Like, you know, it's a great place to be. You know, soon it's gonna be deep in winter, dark, bleak, and you know, I'm probably gonna pop on Evermore for a little bit because I want to feel the things.
Yeah,
but then
it's fall. Like,
when I want to
it's
come
red
out of
season
it,
sometimes when it's fall.
I'm
You
gonna throw
know.
on some glitter and put on Showgirl because you know that's the space I would love to live in on the regular. But yeah, it's just very classic. I saw a really funny edit that someone did, just basically talking from the perspectives of all of her different albums, and it's like, you know, like Tortured Poets now all of a sudden is getting all the respect because now it's compared to Showgirl, and it's like once it was too long and too lyrical and poetic, and now it's too simple and too short and too this to that. And it's
Yeah.
just like, all right. And Taylor has specifically referenced Reputation in this conversation about you know, if this might not be your vibe and how some people didn't vibe with Reputation, and then 5 years later, and it's like very specific. She keeps referencing. She tries to throw in other albums, and I'm like, girl, just you know, you're just talking about Reputation. It's okay. As
Well,
rep girlies, we get it.
But Taylor's received this kind of criticism constantly. Shit happened when she put out Red. Oh, why is she trying to do pop? Like, stick to country. And then for sure with 1989, when Shake It Off came out, people didn't like Shake It Off at first. People made fun of it.
Yeah.
And then they decided to just go with it and
Yeah.
shake and get down with this sick beat. It's like, stop overthinking everything. Sometimes it's just fun to have fun glitter gel pen music.
Really.
It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be that deep. But I would argue that actually the longer that people sit with this, if they are interested enough to Taylor's music to keep circling back and they want to keep giving it a chance, there is some really, really good storytelling and lyricism on this album. There's just
Analogies.
so many layers to it that when you listen to it the first time, it might sound like kitschy or like fun or surface level, but the more you listen to it, it's like, oh, like this has a dual meaning and this has a double entendre and this is a callback to this. And there's been people taking screenshots of Showgirl lyrics, and like, you know, on Apple Music, the color of the background of the lyrics matches the album color, right? So they like take a screenshot of a Showgirl lyric, but then like swap the background to make it look like it was on TTPD or Folklore by like changing the color. And then they'll be like, I miss when Taylor Swift wrote like this, but it's like a line from a Showgirl song,
Yeah.
just to like clickbait people.
I love that.
It's like it's still there. The lyricism is still there. It's just
Yeah.
it's just different.
Yeah. And as someone who was like worried that this album was going to be too happy because I thought I was too deep in my Tortured Poets era still, even if you can't relate, like I am someone like the song Wish List. It's like what Taylor wants doesn't like necessarily align with what I want. But guess what? I'm still out here vibing, talking about having a basketball hoop. I don't want that, but it's not that deep. You know what I mean? Because the vibe and the tone is so infectious
Right.
that I'm out here like,
I just want you.
yeah, have a couple kids, have them all looking like you, sure, you know? And I'm able to like sing it not from a place of like relatability in that song. It's just like, this is a vibe.
Right.
But there's some songs in the album I'm like, preach, girl.
Mhm.
I feel that. And that's the beauty is like you can really absorb her music in whatever way you're feeling in the moment. Sometimes I want to think about how it is related to her. Sometimes I want to think about it from my own perspective. It's like music is so subjective, you know, make it what you want.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, just listen to the beat if you want to really not overthink it and be like, okay, come on. Are you really just sitting there and not moving?
Like the fact that
Really?
Wood has such an infectious beat that I feel like, especially based on our experience in the theaters, the little kids, I think the little Taylor tots are going to like the song Wood the most from this album. And that's kind of hilarious. But also at surface level, it's a song about superstitions, as Taylor said.
Yeah, sure.
I gotta knock on wood. Like,
Yeah,
it's a bop.
right.
Do you want a basketball hoop in your driveway? Alex just put up the poll in chat.
If I had a driveway, I mean,
I feel like
respect. I don't have a driveway. I don't. Yeah, see, I don't have a driveway. I don't have a driveway. I don't have a basketball hoop. I don't want a basketball hoop. But you better believe I'm still vibing to it.
My neighbors across the street do have a basketball hoop, and Ryan and I were strategizing about how we could try to go use it to film some content. But I don't really
Literally.
know them, and it would have been so weird.
See, someone's like, I don't like basketball. You know, same. I mean, I don't not, but I'm like, it doesn't matter.
We love watching Taylor vibe to her music as well. So on the Fallon interview, if you haven't seen that yet, they've posted the full segments on YouTube. Actually, the segments have even more than what aired on network TV. But in one of the segments, they were playing clips of songs and then having Taylor talk about it. And the whole crowd knew all the lyrics. It looked so fun for every song that they played. When they played Wish List and then they got to the basketball hoop line, she and Jimmy were both doing the basketball hoop gesture, and that's exactly what Ryan and I did the very first time we listened to the song.
Yeah, and we've been making it a joke where we've taken it so far and like now have like crumpled up piece of paper and we're like, you know, switching up who's the hoop and who's has the ball, and it's been a whole thing. And you know, we're lyrical or interpretive dance girlies just like Taylor, so I feel like 90% of the time the things she's doing we just also are like,
yeah, we feel very validated when we see her dance to stuff because it's exactly what we're doing. The other fun thing we've been doing, which I don't know if we probably gonna run out of time. Oh yes, that's what I was gonna say.
hey, off the rim, off the backboard.
For anyone who hears this on audio later, we have little crumbled up pieces of paper because we don't have any basketballs around here right now, or like
Well, that'd be dangerous.
easy things to throw.
Get hit in the face.
So whenever the song is the other night, Alex already gone to bed and Ryan and I are listening to it, and we're like, we should do like make a hoop, and like I was saying, just virtually like shoot every time we get to that part of the song. And then Ryan's like, no, let me crumble up
extra.
some paper.
Like, no. I will, every time I'm with you, I will have a piece of paper in my pocket. And literally, like, the last day or so, I'm like, oh, I brought this balled up piece of paper just in case we listen to Wish List. And I'm like, I need to, you know, just always
But we
be
didn't
prepared.
tell Alex about this. So we were trying, like, for the next day, when we played this song, we were like, let's do it. It's time.
Let's see if he
And see if he notices. And he was just like,
I tried to get it on camera and it didn't focus. I totally missed it. But yeah, that's a favorite. It's a favorite.
Yeah.
So yeah, if y'all are doing that, I want to do it in public or with people. Like I want to listen to it with other people and just be like, just casual, you know? So anyway, if anyone wants that idea, do it. Just take a video, post it. Could be hilarious.
yes.
We should start that trend. I don't know if it's that cool. It's cool to us.
The other thing that we've been talking about a lot over the last couple of days is that we think The Fate of Ophelia is potentially Taylor's best lead single ever.
We just talked about favorite track fives, and now we're talking about lead singles, and I don't know. Fate of Ophelia might do it for me, honestly.
Let us know what you think in chat.
This
Before
is
we move
lead
away from the
single,
basketball
so
hoop conversation fully,
basketball.
let's finish out that poll, okay? Do you want a basketball hoop in your driveway? 31% says yes, absolutely. 27% already has one. Okay, you guys can get out there and shoot that content.
Right?
22% not yet. 20% if I had a driveway, and I did see some people in chat saying there should have been a no, never.
I was gonna say, why is there not a no option? As I just said, I don't want one. Like, not yet. It's like you want one later, but not now. It's like I'm not ready for it yet. It's like, nah, there's some of us who don't want one ever, and that's okay, you know?
Tam said Melbourne clubbing Swiftie style has been happening. Does that mean?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's what Ryan and I were so jealous of seeing everyone sing along at Fallon because we're like, we need to go scream these lyrics with a group of people.
Literally.
But especially the fate of Ophelia, we feel like there's so many reasons why we feel like it's the best lead single, but
the dance,
the dance trend is definitely a top.
It helps like lock it in for people, you know? It's like, ooh, give us something to do, give us something to create. And there's like multiple dance trends from it. We obviously got the music video, in my opinion, might be one of her best ever as well. Not just from lead singles, just like ever. Period.
The fact that they did everything in one take, like for each scene, I can't describe to you guys how hard that is.
Yeah.
With the amount of moving parts that they had in every scene. As media people, literally the very first watch, because we ended up seeing the movie twice, or Alex and I did. Ryan wasn't feeling too great, so she stayed back. But literally the very first watch, I was like, these are one take scenes.
Yeah.
And it's like, that is so insanely hard to do.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, and I think it's a song for the diehard Swifties who are deep in the lore and like know what she's talking about, know about like her relationship with Travis, know that this was going to be about, you know, Shakespeare, and have, you know, Hamlet references. But it's also, if you're like, I don't care about any of that, again, just the beat alone, it's so catchy, and so you could be vibing to this having no idea what the heck she's talking about, but it doesn't matter because it's a whole vibe. And yeah, it's a good one.
The reason too that I think it could potentially be her, not just her best like objectively, but maybe best commercial success, is because Shake It Off was so criticized when it first came out. People thinking it was like goofy or cringe. Now it's beloved. Like the whole stadium at the Eras tour, you feel like the ground shake during Shake It Off. Even the security guards who don't know the rest of the songs know Shake It Off. It's a multi-generational song.
Yeah.
But this song is better.
Oh, yeah.
Better.
Well, lyrically, it's better as well. The beat is more complex, or the instrumentals and my closest correlation for another lead single would be Lavender Haze. Or sorry, that wasn't a lead single.
Anti-Hero.
I know that wasn't a lead single, but I guess just singles in general for me. Lavender Haze is obviously the first track, so that's why I got confused. But on Midnights,
yeah, Anti-Hero had good commercial success.
Yeah, but Lavender Haze to me, like being the first track, it had a different but similar level of like, ooh, this is
to groove.
Like I remember when we started Midnights for the album release, it was like, ooh, okay, let's go. So that's my like closest correlation of what Fate of Ophelia is, but it's even like it's less like moody and more, you know, airy.
It's interesting whenever her lead single is the first track. Trying to think what other albums that happened with.
Cardigan was a second track.
Yeah.
So
Fortnite.
Oh yeah.
That's I was like, wait, I just had it. Yeah. And Ryan and I were looking back and comparing like the video that we did for Fortnite. Like again, we just love to make our little social content and like produce our own little shoots. The video we did for Fortnite, like all black and white, all dramatic. Like, all my mornings are Mondays, stuck in an endless February. And then you get to, like, compare that to our Fate of Ophelia content where, like, the black and white is gone, the color's brought back to our face. We're standing in front of in the brightest outfits we've ever worn.
And glitter, and we're, like vibing around.
Pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibes. It's like it couldn't be more different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see what chat is saying about Fate of Ophelia. Let's see. Incredible video. I've never seen Taylor look so stunningly beautiful. Agree. She looked amazing.
Yeah.
Fate of Ophelia is projected to beat Adele's initial single from 21. Interesting. I don't have any like chart records yet, or data, but I have heard that she is on pace to break all the records this week. Amir said that he agrees. Let's see what the poll group is saying.
What are they saying yes to? What was the question?
If you think that it's her best lead single.
Oh.
Right
Okay.
now, it's 76% yes, and then
Dang.
20% I'm not quite sure
Dang.
yet, 5% no. I think that the other reason that I feel like it has such wide appeal is because, like you were saying, even if you don't know any of the necessarily like the deeper story or meaning behind it, like Shakespeare and Hamlet and Ophelia is maybe something that people would know even if they don't know about like Taylor and Travis and like the parallels that she's painting there. So it's like you've got literal Shakespeare in the lyrics, then you've got it mixed in with her personal life, but then you can kind of apply it in any way to your own life. And at the core of it all, it's just a freaking bop. It's just so catchy.
Yeah. I pledge my loyalty to me, myself, and I. Right before you lit my sky.
And the vocals. Ophelia.
Yeah. Like any single girlies who were okay with being single, but then someone just boop came into their life. This is their song, you know? They're vibing right now.
Jennifer said, "Let's give love to Taylor's bread." Yep, that made an appearance in the music video. Ryan's starting a sourdough journey soon.
I haven't told anyone that. Yeah, because it's one of those things where it's like, should we tell the people to keep me accountable? Yes. So this is it. This is me telling the people that are you guys. Yes, I'm starting a little sourdough journey. I bake sometimes, I can do it, but I'm not like a baker. But I was inspired after Taylor gave all of her sourdough puns back in the New Heights podcast, and I decided that, of course, to no surprise, I'm going to call my starter, because everyone names it, apparently. It's a thing. If there are any sourdough guys or gals in the chats, let me know. But I'm going to name my starter Karen with a Y. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't.
When you know, you know.
For those who don't know, it's the name of the snake on the Rep Stadium tour. If anyone's like Karen, it's like, yeah, look her up. She cute. And the segment is going to be called, because, Taylor had all these sourdough puns. Look what you made me dough.
Yeah.
With my starter, Karen, with a Y. I have the mother, which I guess is like the thing before the starter. Funny story about that I will share in the first episode of Look What You Made Me Dough. But I have the mother. She's in my fridge back home, and I'm going to activate her when I get home and feed her and get her going to become the starter, I guess, is the thing. And then I'm just going to make the bread, and like we're going to see what happens, And then,
are you ready for it?
Are you ready for it? Yes. I'm just going to make as many puns, probably ones that are mainly rep related or now Showgirl related. Because why not? But yes, I will keep y'all posted. Don't worry, that content will be coming. And yeah, I will be mailing Molly sourdough.
Can you get some stickers and like write funny puns on them like Taylor does?
Yes. Oh, I plan on being as extra as she is. Are you kidding me? You can put sparkles in them. Oh my God, I can send you like a Showgirl dough. Come on. I don't know how much shipping costs, but like we're gonna work on
be
it.
Like Taylor. In all the interviews, Taylor's been saying, if you get me starting to talk about sourdough, it's not gonna stop.
I know. I'm already like, oh my God, like how she said like cinnamon raisin, different flavor. Ooh, some pumpkin sourdough. Is that a thing? I don't know. Why not?
I don't know.
Again, I've never made bread, so I'm talking a big game. But you know what? I feel like the people will enjoy it, and you can watch me fail or succeed.
To catch up with some things going on in chat, someone asked me what size this cardigan is, and I have the medium large. It definitely fits me in like an oversized way, as you can see on the screen. Um, where did the comment go? Oh, yes. Amir said, I really like that she's going so heavy for the charts right now. The new acoustic CDs are so good. We're gonna have like half the album now in acoustic. Yeah, we haven't had a chance to listen to as much of the acoustic stuff yet, but the snippets that we've heard sound beautiful.
Wishlist acoustics definitely giving made for a wedding day for sure, which is
Mm-hmm.
probably what she's going for, you know?
Yeah. Lisa said Ophelia is the perfect bridge from the prophecy and TTPD to this era. Yes, that is what we felt when we were listening to it. We were like, whoa, this is really like bringing the story into a new era. Like
Yeah.
that's where you last saw me. This is where we're picking up. I'm been saved from the fate of Ophelia. And thank you, Haley, for sending membership out to our everyone who is in chat right now. It's very nice of you.
Life of a dough girl. Yes. Life of a show dough.
Can you dough it with a broken
Life
heart?
of a hodo.
Car Family said, I think Ophelia is the best first song for the album because it really pulls you in.
It really does.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. It's just like, how can I stop listening to this?
Yeah. And Kate said, the only bread I've ever made is banana bread, which is more of a cake anyways. I freaking love banana bread, though. That sounds good. And I think, Kate, you're probably the same Kate who sent us a photo of your outfit for the movie on Instagram. You looked so good. We love seeing photos from you guys whenever people send them our way on Instagram or at it hits diff pod. It's hard to say.
Take the sourdough to the next level and use fresh milled flour. Okay. Thank you. Robbie. Good to know. I will probably be asking y'all for more advice as we go along. So y'all can feel free to judge and give me all the tips when I put out my first video. You're gonna be like, girl, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. I'm trying to feed mother and, activate her in the fridge.
Darling, you don't know the life of a sourdough baker.
Wildest needs.
That's so good. The Taylor sourdough puns can go so far. It's
Never
amazing.
Never gets
Maybe we
old.
should have an episode just on sourdough. Like Brian's gonna do the little series that she's talking about, like as she's going through it. But maybe we need to dedicate like a whole episode. Some folks are in the chat are asking if we're still clowning. We absolutely are. We have some notes that we'll get to in a second here. Trying to think if there's anything else from any other like top songs we want to hit on from the album or top interview nuggets. I think we talked about how for anyone who's just joining, by the way, thank you to all 400 of you who are joining us right now on this Tuesday evening. Give this video a like if you haven't already. Subscribe to our channel. And if you are looking for our album reaction content, that's available on Patreon. We did post a shorter version on YouTube that doesn't include the music. So if you want the music, you have to go to our Patreon, which the link to that is going to be in chat. And then in the description of this episode, we dropped the price level down to $1 for people to be able to see that since we could not put the music on YouTube. Let's see. Other interview nuggets that we wrote down. Taylor said she listens to the previous album the night before the new one drops.
Which is exactly what I did. I listened to it twice because I had a very long travel day and I was trying to say goodbye to Tortured Poets. It felt kind of crazy. It was like a whole nostalgic experience, like probably the week before Showgirl came out, of just realizing how long we've had Tortured Poets. It's the longest we've been able to sit with just one album in a few years since all the re-records have kind of like filled the gaps. And yeah, I just feel like I'm like also like a different person than who I was back then and to now. And yeah, I just felt very nostalgic. And I like was ready to put it to bed, but like also not, but it's still there. Obviously I'm being dramatic, but like she said, just like I was saying goodbye to it, you know,
like, but you can still like go revisit the era.
Yeah. But it felt like, the end of an era.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. She's never really shared that with us before. I don't
Right.
think.
It
I don't
makes
think that
sense.
was new
If we're
information.
doing it,
I
she's
didn't even get to
definitely.
do that. Yeah,
I know you
I
blew
was
it.
gonna try to go hard and like listen to every album in
Why,
order in the
girl?
12 days leading up to the drop, but we were way too busy. I was not able to
Also, that's way
fully
too
be in that.
ambitious. What are you doing?
Yeah, I was just living with the Baby That's Show Business for
I'm
You,
like
Max
31
Martin
songs
Shellback
is enough.
playlist.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, you can just go back to it later.
Yeah.
I feel like a big thing from her interviews was when she finally shut down the Super Bowl rumors. Even though we
Yes.
know who the Super Bowl artist is going to be, we know it's Bad Bunny. But it validated us quite a bit because it was kind of similar to what we said.
Yep. She was
Yeah.
like, so yeah, for anyone who didn't see the Fallon interview, he did a little game with her where it was basically two truths and a lie. It didn't really have like a proper goal of the segment. Really, it was a little confusing.
It was like one truth and four lies. I don't know. There were 5 rumors
in the extended version, or maybe
that's where
she said,
yeah.
or we could call it "That's So True," and she was like, "That's my favorite Gracie song." Yeah, we didn't see that.
The
I don't
Super
think
Bowl was in
version
the
of-
extended too. I think. I don't think it was in the regular because we saw a clip.
We were watching the NBC version last night when we saw the.
She didn't say it last night. We'd already seen a clip of it.
Oh, is that what we were watching?
So I think it's in the
on
extended cut.
YouTube? Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you don't see it in the normal episode, there's an extended version of the Fallon episode, which is where I think they talk about the Super Bowl. Yeah, because she only talked about the Ed Sheeran not finding out about the album until Instagram was the truth
about the engagement.
About the engagement
Yeah.
until that was the truth.
The Super Bowl was one of the truths or one of the lies.
He didn't like ask.
Yeah.
It. Anyway, we digress. But yeah, she basically was like, yeah, the person that I love is on the field and I'm just locked in all season. And like, she's like, I didn't want to be like, he's over here, at work doing the most, trying to get, probably trying to get to the Super Bowl himself. And she's like, oh, like, what kind of choreo should I do? Like, and she just didn't want to get in the way of like, what he has going on, which is kind of what we said. We're like, right now wouldn't be the time,
I just don't see her doing it while Travis is in the league.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because she wants to watch him,
Yeah.
and doesn't want to like overlap lines in that way. So it makes sense.
Yeah, that was our gut instinct, and it felt validating to hear her talk about that. She did say that, Jay-Z's team is the one who helps pick the Super Bowl halftime show and that their teams are very close, which I think we also, like those of us who have kind of followed this, know that they're close, like Taylor with Beyonce and Jay-Z. And now that the halftime show is done by Apple Music as well, there's no sponsor conflicts, so it's definitely an option that they talk about and check in on, but nothing's been locked in.
Maybe next year if he retires after the season, maybe, but
like
it still
give
feels
us
too
space.
soon. Yeah, it feels too soon.
Yeah, but I mean, she would be almost set up to fail doing it anytime in the next like 2 to 3 years because of how triggered just like NFL fans are by her in general.
Yeah,
it's like
true.
It's like, let's let all of the Brads and Chads calm down for a bit, take a chill pill, and then she'll come back and knock their socks off during the halftime show.
Also, she got to flaunt her engagement ring at every interview, and she just looked so freaking happy. She talked a little bit more about the proposal and about how the day of the proposal, which was the day that they recorded the podcast, how Travis was all nervous and he was like playing it off as if he was nervous because of the podcast, which is really smart.
Yeah, like,
she's like, my heart's racing, and she's like,
I know it's a big deal for you, like,
yeah.
Your album, I just want like this to be done right.
Yeah, and she's just like, I mean, you do this all the time, but I guess like, I've never been on this, and she's like, yeah, like the windows are all blacked out, like, sure, that's normal, like, meanwhile he's just like orchestrating this whole thing in the backyard. Like, I can't even imagine him being on the podcast knowing what was about to happen and just trying to be chill.
I haven't had time to rewatch it since it dropped. I know a lot of people did go back and rewatch it, but I remember feeling in the moment while we were watching it that Travis did have a lot of nervous energy, and I just thought it was exactly what she said. Like he was nervous to have her on, and then
Right.
he and Jason talked about it in the episode after, that it's just hard to interview the person that you're in love with, and that
Right.
when Kylie came on with Jason, like Travis played that role of being the one to talk more and ask more of the questions. But yeah, I would love to go back and watch it again now, knowing that in the background, like Jason would have known this too, right? That literally his brother is about to propose after this. It's like for
Yeah.
both of them, that's a lot to be thinking about
Yeah.
while also handling your biggest episode that you'll ever have.
Yeah, also while Taylor is just casually announcing an album, like there's so much going on. But brilliant. People are
And
at
we also found out that the photographer, like the moments that we saw posted on her social media of the engagement, that was from the moment. Like I think some people thought that it was a recreation of the moment, but she said no, that was the moment. The photographer was hiding in a hedge. Travis had fake hedges put up so that the photographer could hide, and the photographer that he got was the photographer from the Eras tour.
so smart.
Like he knows how
Vanna's
to
locked
he
in.
knows the right people to ask.
She
And
mentioned
include.
like took note of the jeweler who created the ring. It was a jeweler that she'd mentioned a year and a half ago, of someone who she liked, and he clearly kept note and then was like brought it back when it was time to pick the ring and custom make it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this man is locked in.
She said she didn't even know what she wanted, but what he ended up making with this jeweler was like better than what she could have ever imagined because he listens to her.
Right. I'm like, he could have gotten her anything and she would have been stoked. But the fact that it had that extra layer of like, yeah, this is the jewelry you like. And it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
She said she clocked it as soon as she saw it. She was like, wait, this is, and people were asking if it's Travis's, if he was retiring and what season it is. Yeah, it's his 13th season. He was on a 3-year contract. This is his
He's
last
on his
season.
no, he re-signed a 1-year contract for this year.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it'll be
So
interesting to see. And the Chiefs lost last night to the Jags. They're now 2-3. If you're interested in some more Chiefs content for some breakdowns, some X's and O's, Alex is doing videos on each Chiefs game. So like after the game and before the next one, he breaks down some of the big plays and then previews the next game. So if you're interested in that and learning like kind of what's going on, maybe why they lost, and what to look for, Alex will have those videos on Patreon, which you don't have to know anything about football to watch those. He's explaining things to you as you watch them.
Our Chiefs correspondent.
Yes.
Locked in, ready to go.
Yeah. But yeah, it was cool to see Taylor get to like brag about her ring a little bit and talk about it, but then she always made sure to bring it back around to like, when I look at it, I just think I get to spend the rest of my life with my favorite person, and that's what it's all about, and that it makes her so happy.
I know. So cute. Also that the wedding is going to be huge and that we will know when it happens, whatever that means. AKA, yeah. I mean, she was jokingly / potentially seriously inviting every interview host who she talked to about it, and just said how like, yeah, there's going to be a lot of people there. So
yeah, should it be more stressful to have a small wedding than a big one?
So, and that she's not wedding planning yet. She's obviously in album mode, but that is what's next. So whenever the dust settles and she probably crushes all these records and all the merch drops are done and stuff, she's probably gonna maybe winter, like settle into winter, start wedding planning,
Yeah. And oh shoot, what was I gonna say? Oh, and then she talked about Selena's wedding.
Right.
So Selena Gomez got married in the last like 2-3 weeks, and Selena ended up posting on her Instagram some really lovely photos of the two of them together throughout that wedding weekend. There's a video of Taylor and Selena together when Selena's in her room with getting her wedding dress on. And Taylor talked about the speech that she gave, just talking about how they've known each other since like 2008 and everything that they've been through. And Taylor was talking about how great Benny is for Selena, and it just all seemed, it's just so cool. Oh, she also talked about the Instagram post where she said, it will go down in history. Like, it should be framed. Like,
Literally.
if you haven't seen this, Ryan and I've talked about it before because it played into some clowning sometimes for July 4th theories. That about 2 days before the show that Travis went to in Kansas City, where he went to the Eras Tour for the very first time before he and Taylor ever met, Taylor posted this post on Instagram that says, "Happy belated Independence Day from your local independent girlies. See you tonight, Kansas City." And in her interviews this week, she talked about how deranged that post was. It's so funny because she didn't post anything personal for so long. It was all like work stuff.
She
Like,
just randomly brought that up.
someone asked her about it. If the
Oh.
line in The Fate of Ophelia, I pledge
Oh.
allegiance, or swore my loyalty to me, myself, and I,
I.
and then now, like, I pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibes. If that was a reference to the post, she's like, yeah, how deranged was that post? So Selena was in it.
Wait, why was it deranged?
Because it's crazy that, like, she
The
posted that,
timing.
and then
Oh,
right
yeah,
after Travis comes to the show,
dude.
but so there were maybe 5 or 6 girls in that photo, and I think like 3 of them are all engaged now. It's like because
Oh,
Estee's
wow.
engaged, yeah, Esty Heim.
So basically, that post was like the equivalent of whatever that trend is, where people eat grapes under a desk or something. I'm sure Molly doesn't know about that.
I
But
feel like you've told me before.
it's a thing. Yeah, single girlies know. I don't understand the reference, but it sounds like that. It's like, so, if you're single and it's been a minute, maybe get all your single friends, post a 4th of July pic talking about how single you are and chilling, and watch what happens. I actually almost posted one this year and I forgot. Like,
We
literally.
did talk about
I
it.
literally forgot. I
Yeah.
blew it, but
It's so funny. Yeah, she said that I think almost everyone like in that photo now kind of like has the right person in their life, which is just it's
Yeah.
wild. It's
not a person.
you know how
the
everyone
right
will
person.
say like Taylor Swift is never beating the witchcraft allegations, with
Literally.
funny things like the plane landing as she's singing the line from Labyrinth during the surprise song about a plane landing, like those types of things. It's like that post should be studied.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Tay voodoo is real.
And Kate said, yeah, it was literally the next night that Travis went to the show, right? Yeah, because she said, see you tonight, Kansas City. That was the Friday night show, which was Speak Now, Taylor's version release weekend. So that night, Taylor Lautner and that whole gang was there, the I Can See You music video. And then the next day, the Saturday night, is when Travis went to the show.
I
And the
heard you
rest-
calling. And then he went on the New Heights podcast, talked about how he shot his shot and made a friendship bracelet.
And when an eldest daughter, I think she said, when you first found me, I said I was busy. That was a lie. Like when Travis talked about it on the podcast, he was like, yeah, I heard she doesn't meet people before or after her shows because she's singing like 41 songs and she has to save her voice. And it's like, she might meet some people before and after her shows.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a lie. She probably was like, I'm not doing this right now. And then, as fate would have it, the fate of Ophelia, it's crazy. Because then it was less than a year later that she was at the Paris show. Sorry.
Yeah, so
June?
he went to the concert in July, and by end of September she went to her first Chiefs game, and then
He didn't
went
go to
off
a
from there.
game until
he went in November during his bye week.
Oh, right, for
that was
Argentina.
The kiss heard around the world.
Yes.
And when she first changed the lyric to "Karma is the guy on the cheese coming straight home to me."
Oh man.
I still hope that someday we might get like Karma Travis's version. I'm Delulu in my head like that. Like, give us a live version from the Eras tour with that line. Because hearing Guy on the screen just doesn't even sound right anymore.
I thought you meant like
with him on it.
Yeah, I was like, like a rap version. Like, I mean, he's technically the guy on the screen of the Jumbotron at the stadium.
Yeah.
If we're really reaching, or on TV.
Yeah.
Not a screen, but
Kate said it still kills me that he thought he could just ask the elevator lady to let him go to her dressing room. Yeah, when he talked about that on the New Heights episode with Taylor, like, yeah, I thought, like, I'm pretty well known in the stadium. This is my workplace. I thought I could just like pop over and try and say hi. Like, no, actually, you literally cannot do
Yeah.
that to Taylor Swift. Yes, also, yeah, Travis has for sure been on screens. It's just that Karma is the guy on the Chiefs. Just fits better to me now.
Come straight home to me.
So we've talked about, I think, a lot of what we wanted to cover from Taylor's interviews. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention, kind of, ties into talking about Selena and Travis and the folks who were in that July 4th post, Taylor's close circle of friends. I thought this was really interesting. And not that I expected anything different, but it's always just nice to hear Taylor confirm things. In one of the interviews, she was asked about, the secrecy that she has to live her life with sometimes to keep things a surprise from the fans, and how she handles that, both like whether it's with the music video and like the audio playing out loud while they're shooting it, or just the album in general, and like who knows about it. And she said that all of her close friends knew about the album a year ago. They heard the album a year ago, and that's how close her circle of friends is. Like, none of them leaked any of this. Can you imagine hearing the album a year in advance and having to sit on all that in your brain? I'd be like, can you please give me a copy though?
Right. Yeah.
Like, I can't hear Opalite and then not run it back.
Right.
What do
I
you
know.
do?
And Travis sitting on all that too. It's like, yeah.
Yeah. And then when she talked about the music video part of it, she said that they can't play the song out loud while they're shooting the music video because that would be a risk of it, song leaking. So the people who need to hear it do have earpieces on and can hear it in their ears, such as the background vocalists, or backing vocalists, I should say. And then there's a click track that plays, which if you saw the movie, you hear the click track playing. But what I thought was interesting is she said that everyone who was on the Eras tour with her, so if you haven't seen the music video yet, they brought back the Eras tour dancers. Her band has, it's not just her Eras tour band, that the band for the most part has been with her for like 15, 20 years, like her whole career. And then the backing vocalists, again, they've been with her for a really long time. Like, they all heard the song before the music video, because they've, it's just like a little family. They were in the circle of trust.
So, got a question in the chat.
Amir said, next you're humming it in places you're not allowed to. Right? Can you imagine? You're like,
You mean like Taylor playing the beat or the melody of Eldest Daughter before Champagne Problems every night and we had no idea? Yeah. That was crazy. Little Easter eggs. We had no idea. What's that melody? What's she doing? Oh, doesn't matter. Now she's playing Champagne Problems.
Alex put up a poll. Could you keep it a secret that you heard a new Taylor Swift album for a year? Give us your answers. The options are yes, I guess it'd be so hard. No, I would at least tell someone, or I'm already under NDA. Who's under NDA?
Right?
And you want to DM us?
That's what I'm always saying. I'm like, you would be under NDA, so you wouldn't have a choice to tell anyone. At your own risk, I guess.
So far, 41% are saying yes. 44% said they. I mean, what Ryan and I would like to say to this is that we can keep secrets, Taylor. If anyone from Taylor's team ever watches,
yeah, well, it's like it'd be so hard. It's like, no, we'd be good. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it'd be hard not to want to like listen to it again. Like to have limited access. I'd be like, oh, girl, this is a big old tease. So of course I would keep the secret.
Yeah.
Kelly posted, I was in chat hours ago asking about the line, it's about to be the sleepless night you've been dreaming of. And I can't tell if you're being
she's doing a laughing emoji.
Yeah, you have the crying laughing emoji, so I think that you already know what it means, but make it your own, whatever you want to apply to that lyric.
A sleepless night where they're just playing board games all night.
Yeah,
That's what Travis always
just
wanted.
breaking superstitions. Yeah.
You know, card games.
Yeah, they ain't got to knock on
It's
wood.
sleepless because they had a lot of caffeine. You
Yeah.
know? Makes sense to me.
Wood is a song about superstition.
Guys, come on. What else would it be about? Okay. So we also just wrapped the movie weekend, the release party of The Life of a Showgirl, right? The official release party of The Life of a Showgirl. Did anybody in chat go and see the movie? We saw it. Molly saw it twice. I was too ill to go the second time, but we saw it the first showing on Friday. And I realized I haven't watched the music video since it's come out on YouTube 2 days ago. Need to go back and rewatch that. The music video is insane. Apparently, there's a ton of what Taylor said. There were hundreds of Easter eggs,
100,
which is
she said she had
too
a whole
many.
file, which is this, she says that about most of her music. Well, I feel like was it Bejeweled or Karma that she said it about? She definitely has said that before. Like she had a whole file on it. It might be Bejeweled.
I mean, yeah,
but both of those were.
Looks like a lot of y'all in chat did go. It was really fun. I know a lot of people had different experiences. Some theaters were balling out and vibing, some were not. Ours was pretty chill. But there were a lot of cute kids there in cute little outfits. I know a lot of people were trading friendship bracelets, and yeah, it was just really cool it like really put the album into perspective. And the visualizers like / lyric videos we got. So.
Yeah. We're also very excited because our local theater let us take one of the movie posters.
Yeah.
So we're going to be adding that to a background like at some point probably.
Gonna be obnoxious with
fun.
that.
If you can, you can always hit up your theater and see if they have extras. Because I mean, the movie was only in theaters in the U.S. anyway for the weekend, so it was a one and done. But we really enjoyed it. It's always really cool to hear Taylor talking about the meaning behind the songs, and obviously a lot of people will try and guess like who certain songs are about, and Taylor never even acknowledges that part of it. She just talks about like what inspired it or what she was thinking about, how she might connect like different ideas into a song. Like Father Figure was really interesting hearing her talk about that one, and that she has been on both sides of it, but that the song is written from the mentor's perspective, like the father figure's perspective, but that she's been on both sides of that. Yeah. That's is a song I feel like that really grew on us. Not that we like didn't like it originally, but like the more we listen to it, the more we're like, you covered up your scandals.
I know I saw some people in chat earlier saying that was like one of the lesser liked songs on the album for them because it was kind of like they were blending it with Ruin the Friendship and Eldest Daughter.
Oh, interesting.
But I was saying after listening to it in headphones that it's like probably one of the swaggiest ones. You listen to it and you're like the cockiness in that song and like the confidence is it's really good.
I feel like it's well, we're going to talk about all of the tracks individually and like really dive into them. But my teaser for whenever we talk about Father Figure is that I feel like it's the flip side of My Tears Ricochet.
Yeah, and maybe when you know more about the bridge.
We got the surrounded.
Yeah,
you'll be drowning with the fishes before you'll be swimming with the fishes before you know you're drowning. Yeah, right?
This empire belongs to me.
Belongs to me.
Yeah,
it might be one of the best bridges I think on the whole album.
It's good. It's really good. We know what she's talking about, and yeah, her re-records, her music, her industry, her empire. I've got the place surrounded. Spoiler, we are the people that have the place surrounded, aka her fans, aka her squad, her people who've got her back and didn't listen to her stolen music. And we're so dedicated to her getting her music back. Yeah. And it's crazy because we were talking about Father Figure was written before she got her master's back and how it just so seamlessly applies to present day where now she does have them.
Yeah.
And even though at the time she was probably just talking about her re-records and Taylor's versions, but it works for that period and it works even better now because the empire belongs to her.
Thank you so much, Ren, for gifting some memberships. That's awesome. We really appreciate you doing that. For everyone who's in chat right now, thank you for everyone who is joining us on this Tuesday night. We have almost 500 people all on this stream right now. So if you haven't given the video a like yet, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel if you're not subscribed already. But yeah, father figure there's gonna be so much to break down when we get
Yeah.
to that song. Kelly asked for people singing in the theater, not really in ours. I've seen
Just us.
other videos. Kate said the whisper before the narrative flips gives me chills every time. The I protect the family. So
Someone said
good.
Urban Noise says Godfather vibes 100%. Mob Boss, like, so good, so good. But
Yeah.
yes, we will get into that in the next 12 weeks. Very excited to talk about these songs in greater depth.
And someone is asking, do you think Canceled is defending Blake Lively? We talk about this a little bit in our reaction video. If you want to go check that out, if you want the full version of that with the music, it's available on Patreon, which we'll be linked to in the description of this episode. I think that it's inspired probably by multiple different people in Taylor's life, because Taylor is longtime friends with a lot of people who are famous and have ridden the ups and downs of fames. I think there are some lines in there that very specifically allude to the public situation that's been going on with Blake Lively, but I don't think it's exclusively about her necessarily.
Yeah, Taylor just, she sides with the I guess like the black sheep of, people in the industry, which I can relate to. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. That song gives such Reputation vibes, and it's like when the like beat starts to go in the bridge to the like slow, like it's scratches such an itch in our brains.
I know we talked about this in one of the live streams about how Canceled has like the beat right before the bridge is almost identical to I Did Something Bad. And it's like we haven't gotten the rep vault tracks yet, but I feel like we got, like 2 vault like rep songs in this album with Father Figure and Canceled. So I'm satiated, that was another thing Taylor said, is someone asked about the rep vault tracks and when we were getting them, and she straight up was like, I love that y'all want this, but no time soon. And she also referenced once again how like there was criticism in the beginning, and it almost kind of felt like y'all were hating then, but now you won't shut up about it. And it's like, no, you're gonna sit in the corner, and when the time is right, as she said, time's not right. And
some of us liked it back then, Taylor.
I know. I was like, well, what about the people who have been stans since 2017? Can we get them early?
What about those of us who immediately loved it?
Can we get those? What about the ones who went to the Rep Stadium tour? Can we get those secret sessions? That's how it should be. It should be like, no, not to exclude anyone who's come on late. Okay. But
yeah, I mean, someday, like she said, someday the Rep Vault tracks will hatch. And when the time is right, we'll get them. And I feel like that's the perfect segue into finishing this all up with clowning.
As we do.
Yeah. And someone said that she doesn't need to. She owns the music now, for sure. Yeah. She doesn't need to re-record Reputation in full.
Which she kind of said she probably won't.
Yeah. At this point, at some point, we'd like to know what the vault tracks were. Yeah. She said that they're fire, and she said we'll get them someday.
Yeah, she said we're getting the vault tracks. She said we're getting debut TV. So that's just what, from her. Rep TV, at most, we said if we ever got it, would be just remastered, like audio-wise, just to sound, more of this era, I guess. But otherwise, just the vault tracks, but again, Life of a Showgirl really gives vibes of like, I don't know, like a little teaser almost.
Yeah, it's like Ryan and I were talking earlier about all of Taylor's pop albums and like comparing them and Showgirl and like where it falls, and I just feel like what we said before the album came out stands true now after, which is that Showgirl is like the older sister, the older, wiser sister.
Yeah, older, hotter. Like more confident,
more her, like has found herself, embraced herself. to 1989 and Reputation, like to that
Yeah.
version of pop Taylor.
Like if you imagine her as a person, which I guess inadvertently she is because it's Taylor in this era of her life. Like if she was to give advice to Rep and 1989, you know, especially Rep specifically, and again, she keeps referencing Rep on in these interviews, and it's like she would probably give a lot of advice and be like,
Mhm.
"Girl, don't worry, you know, you'll get through this."
Mhm. I mean, some people are putting in chat. Well, first of all, some people are just like singing along lyrics in chat, which I love. But some of the Rep nods in Showgirl, such as in Canceled when she said they stood by me before my exoneration. Right. Like Taylor was canceled. Taylor Swift is over party trended on Twitter worldwide. If you don't know some of the backstory of what happened between 1989 and Reputation, highly recommend watching Miss Americana on Netflix. It explains a lot of it. But at that whole time period literally changed her. So I think that there are little things that nod to it in a lot of her work, but
Right.
especially in Canceled.
And we've taken back the whole snake imagery, but it started because the haters were posting snake emojis all up in Taylor's comment section.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to a certain someone, and
Called her a snake.
Yeah, and it was really cute. And guess what? Her comments have been turned off ever since. And she lives a healthier life without it, which, you know, valid. But I love that we've reclaimed the snake, you know, now, like, and she did too. Well, no, I guess, yeah.
Yeah,
Because that was
Karen
before.
was on stage.
Yeah, I was
man.
like, that was before. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So she reclaimed the snake and then we reclaimed it. And now, you know, snakes are cool and just turned it on its head.
Taylor's
you know?
always reclaimed the narrative. Like when she wrote Blank Space or Shake It Off, like those were responses to certain criticisms that she had received. Like, oh, you think I'm a serial dater who just is dating for sport? I'll write a song from that perspective. And literally, to quote her from the 1989 movie that used to be available on iTunes, if it was like the world tour footage, but it was spliced with interviews of Taylor and some behind the scenes stuff. She says, like that she took that as like a prompt. I'll write a song from that perspective. And then she says, and then it became the biggest song I've ever made. And then same thing with Reputation. Like, oh, you're going to call me a snake. You're going to try and cancel me. Well, I will come back and I will be a snake. And I will use snakes to promote this album. I'll have a big inflatable snake on stage that will bop around every night.
That I'll call Karen, but with a Y to, you know, like, yeah. It's just very smart.
I mean,
it's a mastermind. And now I want a snake tattoo. Like, you know, we've come full circle. Like, you know,
after Fearless,
I have snake earrings on for Rep, you know, always ready.
After Fearless won the Grammy for Album of the Year, there was criticism that Taylor doesn't actually write her own music. So then she wrote Speak Now. And she was literally the only writer on all of the songs on Speak Now. So any of this Showgirl criticism that's happening, it's like, this is not new. This happens with every album cycle. It's annoying that it still happens. If you don't like her music, you can just move on. But anyway, back to the Easter eggs. So
someone asked if we talked about the Easter eggs in the music video. I'm like, maybe we should think about making that an episode because there are a lot. We have not caught up on all of them ourselves. Obviously 100 is a lot. And
she said when she was talking about it that some of them are nods to past work, some of them are nods to current work, and some of them are nods to future work.
Of course.
She did say that.
She said future work,
which is interesting. Yeah. But there are easy ones. Like there was an 87 on the door in the music video, like the hotel room door. Or there's a photo of Travis in the mirror in the Showgirl dressing room. Bruschetta was written on the wall behind her to the right in the scene with the ropes. Like the sourdough, like she made that herself, you know, like some of those things I think she calls Easter eggs.
Easter eggs are multifaceted, which is where I feel like we're always reminding people it's like it doesn't necessarily just mean like hiding something that's going to predict something in the future.
Mm-hmm.
There's Easter eggs, like you just said, like past, present, and future. So there were Easter eggs in the music video that alluded to things on the album, like lyrics, like the peach that you see in the music video is alluding to the life of a showgirl, where there's a lyric talking about a peach. Yeah, and so similar to Fortnite, the Fate of Ophelia touches upon a lot of other songs on the album, like talks about eldest daughter and just like kind of ties everything in so masterfully, which Taylor does really well. And she did really well with Fortnite. Fortnite also had Easter eggs, some being from the past as well in the music video, so same idea, some being from the future.
One of my favorites is Jan is on like a rope ladder in the ocean, like pirate ship scene, whatever you want to call that. And if in case you didn't know, on the Eras tour during Lavender Haze, Jan became like famous for the way that he would interact with the ladder. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. He looked good and people really enjoyed it, and now he really embraces the ladder life, and he's like on a rope ladder again in the music video.
I mean, anytime. And he also made an edit of him at Home Depot with Wishlist and the ladder. Y'all should go check it out on TikTok.
I just want you.
Someone said, I'm not an OG like you two, so I'm a little slow with the Easter eggs. We're not OGs either. We're just a little neurotic. So, you know, we can only speak of what's happened in the last over a decade.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
But not OGs, but yeah, we're also just a little like, we love to fall down these rabbit holes. And it's just a fun thing that Taylor does that, you know, it's like the Easter eggs aren't all like this critical thing, but obviously my ears perk up when it's like, future what? What are you alluding to? And as we know, Taylor said, can I Easter egg something in 3 years in advance? And so there's this stress of like, you could be looking at something and it literally could be, it could be talking about TS13. It could be talking about, you know, many other things.
It could be debut and rep Easter eggs. Thank you, Linda. Linda is asking, what's your right forearm tattoo?
How'd you know I had a tattoo? I have a shirt on. I'm like,
maybe she's seen some of our other videos.
Unless you thought this was a tattoo. It's hard to show, but this is part of it. It's just kind of like a galaxy and like a crazy, it's a girl, a rando, and just a fun little galaxy theme. I love colors and stuff and little elephants, all that.
Show them the other one.
And then
hit them with it.
Hit on with that.
In case people haven't seen it before, we've shown it on the pod.
This side's a little more relevant to the content of what we're discussing. So this is a phoenix, rose up.
Like a phoenix always rising from the ashes.
Yeah, like a phoenix always rising from the ashes. This is not why I got it. This is before You're Losing Me came out. It's like I just knew. Perfect. I always wanted a phoenix tattoo because I can relate. And then this, I'm like, I feel like I have to stand up. Hold on.
So this is the For the Hope of It All tattoo, which we have matching tattoos. Mine is on my like inner ankle, which is so I can't really show it to you guys right now. But Ryan and I got like the same font, similar size.
Yeah.
And then she added the 1989 inspired
Little
seagulls
because it's one of my favorite albums.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's some of the work. Thanks for asking.
Kelly said, can we talk about the dancers and band members putting out post lip syncing to the songs? Yeah, we love all of the Eras Tour family content. They're all so hyped. They're so excited. It's so fun to see. And they are all posting fun photos of them with Taylor individually that I saw some people joking like it looked like they like secret session photos almost because they're like like how Taylor used to pose with fans, like that's kind of what it was giving, but they're all really cute.
Yeah.
The other Easter egg that I wanted to talk about before we move off of the music video.
Oh wait.
Oh my gosh. Joe, thank you so much. You ladies have turned a 6-year-old man into a Swiftie. Welcome.
Yes.
Yes.
We love that for you. What a freaking compliment.
Thank you so much. It's really nice of you. We really appreciate all of you guys jumping on these live streams with us. It makes recording our episodes even more fun.
I know. I wish we could just live stream all the time.
I mean, you know, we can definitely do
can't
it more.
Not. Yeah. We can do whatever we want. We make the rules.
Someone in chat had posted about it, and I want to find it. It's about the orange bird. Where did it go? Okay, so I noticed this on my like the second watch through. So if you saw the movie, then you know that they played the music video in the beginning, and then there was this BTS of the making of the music video throughout the whole movie in between the songs, and then at the end they played it again. So the second time we saw it, I noticed that in like the final scene. So now that it's on YouTube, anyone can go watch this. They have a little party scene that goes from the hallway to the hotel room, and then Taylor runs through a door, and then you see her in the bathtub, and she's reenacting the painting of Ophelia slash the album cover, etc., etc. When she goes from the party hotel room scene into the bathroom scene, if you look closely, you'll see an orange bird fly out of the window. So I noticed that, and I was like, what is that? And then when we went back to see the movie again, I noticed that the orange bird is actually in the very beginning, when she's like the Ophelia painting. And I think I was just so overstimulated at that moment that I didn't even notice it. The other interesting connection is that Taylor was basically dressed up as an orange bird in a cage in the Look What You Made Me Do music video. So Gigi said the orange bird called American Singer canary equals free from the Look What You Made Me Do cage. So yeah, I don't know like all of the tie-ins about the canary or this American Singer comment that Gigi put in, but the orange bird thing is very interesting to me. And then there's like an orange feather that was like floating at some point.
Yeah. I wonder how much of the orange symbolism ties back to Rep and is like duplicitous in that way, because we saw a lot of orange in Rep. We haven't seen it since. There was also the orange Rep vinyl. So yeah, her being in the bird cage, us seeing the orange bird, it's like, definitely could mean something.
So the other Easter eggs, again, we'll probably do an episode at some point, just like breaking down everything in Ophelia. But the other big Easter eggs, just part of the album release in general, has been the Karma door and the double exit signs. So I feel like that's kind of the last thing we've got to talk about, because we don't really know what to make of any of it yet. Like the Karma door didn't really come back around on release weekend technically, because if you guys joined our emergency live stream on Saturday,
I'm like, well, it did and it didn't.
There were Karma doors, some physical, some projector doors that went up in 12 different cities.
12 doors, one video.
One video to unlock after the QR codes were scanned on these Karma doors. So we fired up a live stream on Saturday, like, what's going on? And then come Sunday, once it all got unlocked, it led to the Fate of Ophelia lyric video, which wasn't included in the movie because instead of the lyric video, we got the music video. So it seems like that all of that like scavenger hunt for the Karma door led to the lyric video, which seems like a lot of promo for a lyric video. The other interesting thing is that Taylor Nation never acknowledged any of this. Like it all happened through Google, and then the lyric video was posted on YouTube, which like Google and YouTube, like Google owns YouTube.
Right.
But we have no idea if Taylor's team was even like fully connected to this.
Yeah, so unfortunately, it's like that leaves us with like all the crazy Easter eggs we saw in those videos, like, which makes sense because it did all feel like just a hodgepodge of her whole career. Because you saw so many different Easter eggs from music videos and eras and this era, and it was kind of overwhelming. Someone said, I love how Ryan says orange. Orange. I know I should say orange, but here we are. Gotta keep it 100,
on the land and the sea and the sky.
Yeah. But yeah, so all that being said, because Taylor didn't talk about this execution, it could just, not that she didn't approve it, but it's kind of in its own category. So was it overhyped? 1,000%. We think Taylor Nation overhypes their merch. This was beyond.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of 12/12 imagery, which is the other thing that what's it called? The integration, or what's the word? my brain isn't working.
The like Google
activation. There you go.
yeah.
That like
Oh, the Spotify
Karma Door like
activation.
activation. No, the Google like YouTube activation of the
Oh.
doors. That aside, Taylor from the pop-up we had in New York before the album dropped, we saw some 12/12 imagery with the bag with the like the lock.
Mhm.
There was like a lock that said 12/12. We've also seen 12/12.
I think there was a clock maybe set to 12/12. We're gonna have to track down all the 12/12s. And it's hard to know if the 12/12 is just simply the 12th album, obviously, Showgirl, and they're just repeating that number.
No.
Or if 12/12 is a date.
Which it is. It's a Friday.
Friday.
The day before her
December
birthday.
12th. Yeah. And the day after mine.
Which is
I
what
stay winning that Taylor and my birthdays are so close together. Evermore dropped on my birthday. It's Taylor's birthday present to us. So, you know, as always, whenever we start clowning, we just have to give a disclaimer that Taylor doesn't owe us anything. We're not asking for more.
What are your disclaimers?
We're not asking for more. We just got a whole album with a bunch of promo, more promo than we've seen her do in years, with all these interviews, with the release party movie, the music video, the making of the music video, Taylor talking about all the songs, Taylor being on Fallon for like the entire episode, and then she's about to be on Seth Meyers for the entire episode. So like we're getting a lot of Taylor,
but
and we don't need to have any more. But she also said today that she's planted Easter eggs for the future. And the most logical thing that makes sense is an Eras Tour documentary to come at some point.
Which might be 12/12 or an announcement 12/12.
And that, to me, ties back to the Karma Door, which while we were just talking about like the Google activation and all of that and how we don't really feel like Taylor Nation or Taylor's team was necessarily directly involved in that, Taylor Nation has referenced the Karma Door. There's been stuff like with the Karma Door tied into it, with a lock and key, and we left the key in Vancouver is like something Taylor Nation tweeted,
Right.
and like opening the door and going behind the scenes. And not that we didn't get that with the release party movie, but it wasn't really about the Eras Tour, it was all about the album.
Right.
And there was a lot of footage shot during the Eras Tour of behind the scenes stuff. So it just
And the Spotify stage with the key that they posted again before we got the album, there was a ton of Eras Tour imagery, symbolism, references. And then now that we've gotten what we've gotten up to this point, yeah, I wouldn't say that the Eras Tour has a huge role in it, which makes it seem like there's more to come.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we got the Eras Tour dancers and the Fate of Ophelia. Obviously, if you watch the movie, it starts out with the Eras Tour clock, but I think that was just a cute little, like, we love this. This is what we do.
Yeah.
Obviously, the album was written during the Eras Tour, and there's all of those connections, but...
And inspired by, like, she said that part of the reason the album is so fun and happy and infectious and, like, a dance party is because it was inspired by her experience on the Eras Tour, where she was like putting on a high energy show like that every single night. And then in the life of a showgirl, she talks about, you know, the positives and negatives of being a showgirl and living that lifestyle. And then she ends it with the sound of the crowd from Vancouver. And like, you know, the fact that the Eras Tour did even make it on the album, technically, with the audio is really cool. But like you're saying,
Right.
it didn't tie in maybe the way that we were expecting it to.
Right. Yeah. And again, she left the key in Vancouver. I'm sorry, but that is not manifested yet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, those are also how you know, like, there's still more to come. And also, we haven't gotten an official merch drop. You know what I mean? Like, she is teased in the lyric videos, in technically the Google Karma Door videos, or YouTube Karma Door videos that we just said, like, was technically not promoted by Taylor's team, but there were similar Easter eggs of potential merch, like slippers.
Oh no, that was from the Spotify pop-up as well, though.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But it was in both.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and then we saw in the lyric videos, I think robes We saw it. And
Robes,
so
clippers,
it's all giving
bags.
that that's probably going to be part of the merch drop. So we haven't gotten
Yeah.
that yet.
Mm-hmm.
There was a delusional part of me that was clowning for 10/8 because it's technically the last, it's on the schedule for the album, like tomorrow night into the next day is when she's on Seth Meyers.
Yep.
But now that I'm realizing that those Google videos or YouTube videos might not play into anything,
Right.
there was like one point where I counted like some lamps and chairs and it added like, it was like 10/8 and I was like 10/8. But that's just illusion. People keep asking about the exit signs. So that definitely is going to play into something. I thought about today, I realized if you're playing up on the stage, symbolism, you exit stage right and stage left.
Yeah, you can.
Can you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can
So
exit either way.
it makes me think about that, especially the way it was set up in the Fallon interview. It was on the left and the right. And it makes me think of like, if that will play into some kind of release or drop or whatever. I don't know what the stage left and stage right has to do. But
Well, I think that it's because on the final night of the Eras Tour, she didn't exit the way she normally would have, which was like down through the stage. Actually, she usually like went down. She exited through the door.
right.
Another thing that ties back to an Easter egg in the Ophelia music video that I mentioned earlier is in the scene where has all the ropes on her. On the wall it says, I haven't been able to like exactly figure out what it says because it's kind of hard to read, but it was something about like to exit stage left, Borchetta. Basically. So like exit was also written on the wall, but there's been exit signs across a lot of the promo clips and in all these different places. And then on Fallon last night, they had 2 exit signs. So it's like either Fallon's people are just know and aren't messing with us.
That could be part
or
of it.
there is something about the exit signs and the Karma door and all of this that is going to tie together in some way at some point.
I know. I'm like, how have we not figured it out yet? Everyone keeps being like, what's up with the exit signs? I'm like, no one has clocked it yet. Come on, someone out there.
I mean, to me, it all...
It's got to tie back to something
to
else.
me, it's all the Aristoc. It's like...
Well, yeah.
It's like she exited through the Karma door, and that was the end of the Eras Tour. And now we've gotten this album that was written during the Eras Tour and inspired by things that happened while she was on the Eras Tour. And then at some point, maybe we will be able to exit the stage with her and go through the door metaphorically and like see the behind the scenes of the Eras Tour.
Yeah.
That's how I'm thinking about it. Or the double exit sign has something to do with like debut and rep and that like if we're tying in Borchetta like on the wall with the exit signs, like I was just saying, maybe it's something to do with the fact that at some point she will like not only does she own all of her work, but that like she'll finish the Taylor's Versions project by releasing debut Taylor's Version and the rep of all tracks like she said she would in her letter, and that then she's like exiting that and like leaving that behind. But I still just think it makes more sense for it to tie to the Eras doc.
Yeah.
The Eras doc, like with that we all are just like convinced
it exists. It's real. I'm like, I'm tired of speaking of it as if it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I'm like, we saw all the footage that was being shot, and then the Taylor Nation tweet about leaving the key in Vancouver. So that is our what makes us so confident about it is she was shooting footage beyond the Vancouver weekend. Like we saw it with her and Travis and other moments where people kept being like, "Oh, I see that camera crew." So she was doing something.
Yeah.
So, and you know, it's like I mean, who knows like when that release would be. It kind of makes sense. Like December makes sense if we're talking about a year after the Eras Tour ended. That's right around that same time. Literally, what was the date?
To give us a present on her birthday.
Wasn't it like,
it was
the
8th?
Yeah. I was, wow, did I get that right? I was like, yeah, so very
We
close.
clowned about that date for so long.
Right. Very close. Or it's like if you think about, you know, coming in March, it'll be 3 years after the start of the Eras Tour. Who knows? That could play into it. Like that could be another date if we don't get anything.
That's crazy.
Like
3
March
years since it
17th,
began.
2026. Yeah. So yeah, that's on the horizon. But as someone said, it's like right now, until the first week is over, we probably won't get any actual merch because she's trying to get them records broken for the album and doesn't want anyone, you know, like wants to stay focused.
Yeah, she is. I don't remember another time where there's been no merch, like clothes, accessories, whatever, for an album drop. Like the cardigan that I'm wearing and then the Spotify crew neck are the only two actual physical pieces of merch that are not music related.
Yeah.
Usually there's a lot more by this point, so I think they're really focused on trying to get those records broken with the different versions of the album that they've been trying to promote. Someone asked what size cardigan I have. It's the medium/large. So
Someone asked if the one from 321 happened. We talked about it in our last live stream, and no, I mean, will the 321 theory forever ever haunt our dreams? I feel like a lot of Swifties were so confident that this was the time. I mean, I guess it could still happen. So it's interesting in the lyric videos that we've gotten from Life of a Showgirl, there were clocks. We all know to fear the clocks. And if I'm not mistaken, I haven't gone back to double check, but if I'm not mistaken, one of them was like 10 minutes to 1. So I guess in that case, math, 12:50. Oh, math is hard. I don't know what that means. And then another one I believe was like 9:30. And so we saw them multiple times. We know that they are intentional. Does that mean 9:30? Does that mean, I mean, when we talk about the 321 theory, a lot of people thought that she was going to drop something at 1 a.m. the night of the album because of the past Tortured Poets and Midnights. We got a 3 a.m. drop for Midnights, 2 a.m. for Tortured Poets, 1 a.m. for this one. Obviously, it didn't happen. Taylor Nation trolled us at 1 a.m. saying that's all, folks.
That's all, folks.
People
Show's
know.
over. Pack it up.
They were well aware. We've been getting nothing but countdowns for this era. Like, they are obsessed. We all know. I'm calling it now. We are going to get a countdown for the merch, 100%. And you always
like
know
the last countdown.
you're always going to know that it's a merch is what's at the end of this countdown because it will be on her store.
Mm-hmm.
That is a easy way to see, because sometimes the countdowns of late have been on like her main page, like taylorswift.com or like that homepage, or they've been on the store. The recent one that we just had where the countdown for the standby on Saturday was to give us
the acoustic CDs.
Yeah, the acoustic CDs. And it was like on her store page.
Yeah.
So that's how you'll know.
If the countdown's on her store.
We're not getting a documentary if it's on
like
her store
merch
page.
Or
yeah,
vinyls, CDs, etc.
Right. The door is on the videos on Taylor's page, so it's all linked.
Yeah, that's the Karma door has been on the
it's still
YouTube like scrub bar,
right,
for some people. So
yeah, so they're really locking in the Karma door, the exit signs, 12/12, and I think those are the main things that they keep trolling us with.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I haven't had time to like really hone in and clown and like go back and look at the lyric videos now that they've been posted and the music video, but I will in my free time when I get home.
Yes.
But
yeah, the other big Easter egg, like Lisa said, is the 4 and 7.
Right.
So Taylor said 47 twice in the New Heights episode. I felt like that had all led us to, like, that was all a nod to the fact that Ophelia would be the lead single and be the music video, because Act 4, Scene 7 is when Ophelia dies, and the song is The Fate of Ophelia, and there's all those parallels. So I was thinking that is what the 47 meant. And then, interestingly, I think Selena posted, like I was saying earlier, on Instagram, this little carousel reel photos from the wedding, but on the last slide was her listening to The Fate of Ophelia, and it was at 47 seconds.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And then there was another 47 that happened from like someone in the Taylor verse. You know what I mean? Like, I can't remember it off the top of my head right now. So I'm like, is Selena just trolling us, or like what?
Also, I forgot about this, and someone said, which I haven't fact checked, but someone said that Fallon counted to 8. I don't know in what capacity you're referencing, so if you have more context. But that reminds me, so Taylor, in her letter about her masters, is when we got probably the most, aside from when she was hyping up Selena's album and was like, I can't wait with 12 exclamation marks. The first or 12.
No, it was oh my god,
12 G's.
12 D's.
D's, yeah. And so But aside from that, like the first like legit like from Taylor like obvious 12 aside from, we have the A12 TikTok, all that stuff, was in her master's letter, which is on her website, is when she said, what was it, like
All the times I thought it was this close with 12 eyes.
right. So it was 12 eyes. And so that was, so interestingly enough, she posted a video on her TikTok recently and Instagram, I think,
And YouTube shorts.
of the little dance from Fate of Ophelia and said like pledge allegiance to your team, pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibes. But she did 8 eyes. And I was saying, I'm like, this is not intentional. Why weren't there 12 eyes? Why is it 8? And I know I said 5 minutes ago that I was clowning for 10-8 and my reasoning didn't really make sense, but now that we're talking about 8 again, it's like, I mean, I don't know. Because also technically wouldn't tomorrow be the end of the cycle of like the album? Like
It's the end of the time card.
Are we off the hook for the like the first week of like caring about like the records for the album? That wouldn't end tomorrow. We still have another day.
It goes to like Thursday night.
Okay.
I think it's Friday morning to Thursday night.
Yeah. So anyway, the 8 eyes in the vibes was very sus. And that might not manifest 10-8. That could be 11-8. That could be 12-8 with the Eras tour, as we just said, anniversary. I don't know. All I know is like, why did she put 12 eyes? Also, I think this might have been a glitch. 8 eyes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Why did she put 8 eyes? And weirdly enough,
and it was in the post that said, pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibes. And there was 12 eyes. And then Car Family said Taylor counted to 8 on Fallon during the opening promo for the show when she's in the dressing room. I didn't catch that.
Oh, yeah. Remember we watched, she was like, yeah. So the 8 is definitely manifesting. And again, we just said like 12-8 being the last day of the Eras tour. I don't know what day of the week that is. Definitely not a Friday, but
no, because the 12th is a Friday.
Might be a Monday.
So
math is hard.
We'll see.
But yeah, that's what we've got on our radar.
Yeah, and then coming up, just to continue talking about the album, I think I already said, but to repeat, next week we'll do a ranking. It sounds like at some point we need to do a music video Easter egg breakdown, and then we want to do episodes on every single track, break down the lyrics, break down, references from that Taylor might have in songs to past work. Those are some of our favorite things to analyze, how the songs, what we think of them, like add in our own opinion, how we're relating to them, what we're thinking of them. And then we want to bring back Tate Therapy, which we haven't done in a while.
Yeah. Some Tate Therapy, which for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, we have some past episodes on our YouTube. Go check those out. But basically it's when we talk about Taylor's music and how it connects to our lives. We also always ask you guys for submissions of how Taylor's music has impacted your lives, whether that's on, a personal level, whether it's just a song that you're just feeling. And it's just always cool because it brings in a bigger perspective and ultimately just shows that like Taylor's music really does like change us all for the better and is that friend that we need at all times. And so The Life of a Showgirl is a super happy album about love. So
there's also some other themes on there though.
Yeah, there are other themes. Yes. No themes will be excluded, but I look forward to all of the different submissions. So, and then also Car Family asked, can we do a lyric breakdown? We talked about like in the episode, there's a lot of like lyrical parallels. There's musical parallels from her past music. And I'm sure we'll be sprinkling those in for each track because, it's part of the overall experience of each track. But I'm sure we will definitely be vetting y'all for a lot of this. So look out for our questions and polls where, because we want to know what you guys care about and what you want us to talk about.
Yeah, and anything that you guys find interesting about the songs as we make our way through the album. So we'll be posting the link for Tate Therapy we can include it in the description of this episode, but we'll definitely talk about it a little bit more next week too, because in like 2 weeks we would start talking about the Fate of Ophelia. So if anyone has submissions for the fate of Ophelia, and again, just like Tay therapy is how you relate to it or how the song might impact your life, or you know, any personal take on the song. We will want your submissions to starting from the top with Fate of Ophelia. So we're really excited to have this new album to sit with and analyze and break down. And there's every time I listen, I'm like, I can't wait to talk about this part. I can't wait to talk about this part. So
I know. Yeah. Fun stuff to come. And as always, there will inevitably be breaking news because, again, we just said there's so many things on the horizon that haven't manifested. And we will be keeping y'all posted. And we have a bunch of social stuff, which we said in the beginning, that we will be, posting as well. So a lot of fun stuff.
Post the new chair video after the stream. Yes, we will.
Yes, literally, it's in the draft right now. I was just like, I'm going to pause. I'm going to wait.
We did a pretty good job.
It's on our TikTok right now, but I'm going to post it to Instagram after this. So
yeah,
I mean,
we'll post it on YouTube Shorts.
It's probably one of my favorites that we've done. And again, the switch up from Torture Poets to this was hilarious. It was like, look at these parallels.
Yes.
So
we have a couple other things banked that we'll share with you guys. We've got a nice little wood video. We've been working on an opalite one.
A little canceled.
Yeah.
Little number.
Canceled is next up. We're going to try and fit one more in before Ryan has to leave.
Because,
so
we're ambitious. Why not? It's almost 11 o'clock and I have to leave at 5 a.m. But who needs sleep?
So we'll be monitoring Taylor's interview with Seth Meyers on the evening of October 8th into the morning of October 9th. And otherwise, we'll be back next week to start our album rankings with you guys. So thank you all for tuning in. We really appreciate you guys hopping on these live streams and hanging out with us. And for anyone who's listening later, thank you for listening. We will talk to you all soon. I think are we gonna roll our usual video? All right.
Next time you see us, we won't be together.
I know.
So remember this moment.
Don't make me cry with Long Live.
Oh my God. Hit the tape.
Bye.
Bye.